Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fika for Life.
Wow. Ed.
Wow. Okay, so this is what we wanted to let you into the creative whatever that happens.
Process.
The process, yeah.
You gotta introduce yourself.
Yeah, sorry. And my name is Edward Thomas. My co-host is...
Lindgren. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. If you've been following us for a while, some of you are new, you're probably going, how can this be two serious Christian people? And because they're really weird and they don't seem to have rehearsed anything. No, that's true. And they seem to be really spontaneous and they don't seem to be taking things too seriously.
That's true too.
And no, I mean, we are serious, but with a lot of humor thrown in. It's a serious sandwich with humor sauce.
It's like you look at an art piece and you think, oh, anyone can do that. And then you try to do it yourself and no, you can't.
Yeah, it's like me trying to say, I can make Picasso, but it don't look as good as Picasso. It looks like butt wipe. You know,
It's like, no, it's just not
it's
the
really
same.
bad.
It's just not the same.
So right now we have no topic.
No.
Except for the fact that someone listened to our podcast and made a comment about why are we not more serious and stuff like that. And so today we want to be very... No, we don't. No, we don't.
No,
that's not our whole point.
We have to be like honest to ourselves, our listeners, and we want to be the persons we are out, like in real life.
Yeah,
we have
how
nothing
we are.
to hide. We have nothing to.
I do have
know.
things to hide, but I don't want to talk about them.
They were too serious.
Well, no, this FBI is still looking for me.
But Ed, why do you think, or why didn't we want to make a serious podcast in the first place?
Yeah, and I felt like because there are a lot of good serious podcasts out there. I mean, like my old pastor David Hawking. Great Bible teaching, really in depth. Ask Pastor John.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, Tim Keller has a podcast. I mean, there's all these really great men of God and women of God. That's great.
Theological podcast. If you want to have a serious theological explanation and someone giving theological advice on life and giving you some Bible verses here and there, and then that is your route to go.
Don't come here.
Don't come here
because you're going to be disappointed. You'll be like, I don't know if we've ever quoted any verse from the Bible. I have to think back to the over 100. We may have said a Bible verse every now and then.
Yeah, but not
Snuck
like
in there.
Look up the Bible in a book, blah blah blah.
It was it's not John 3:16.
It's not like that. It's not that we don't take the Bible serious.
Yeah.
It's not that we don't follow it. It's not that we don't know it. It's not about that. But in many life circumstances, it is easier to talk like we do than to let me show you the Bible. And of course, the Bible is instructive and should be to rebuild people and rebuke and so on, so on, so on. But that's not the purpose.
That makes it sound like the Bible's really exciting.
No, it is exciting.
I read my Bible 10 hours every day. I don't know what Lynn does, but
wow, is that why you always come late?
Yeah, that's why. No, actually, because I'm okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there I go again.
There you go.
No, yes, and so we are two very serious Christians. We do love Jesus. We know that He died on the cross for our sins. Jesus is our Lord and Savior, and we are part of a multicultural church, people from different cultures and everything. And our church is growing, and we saw these people. We see people come to faith and everything. But that's not the reason we made our podcast.
No.
And actually, I guess it started. So our producer, Larry, he's like, he had this experiment. We should do a podcast. And so he
was
decided,
on us for a long time.
Yeah, he really, he kept talking to us. We're like, sure. and as you guys have noticed, Lynn and I, we talk a lot. And Lynn is like one of my really, really close friends. I never...
Too close. Sometimes the boundaries, I'm like, dude,
we don't have any boundaries.
I don't need to know that.
We don't have boundaries.
I don't need to know that.
You just wait. I share everything with Lynn.
Too much.
Like the color of my poop in the morning, stuff like that, because she really wants to know. And if I get a new infected sore somewhere, I want her to actually see the pus leaking out of the sore. So some of you guys went, well, I thought he was going to be serious this time. Like, no. Yeah, okay.
It's really hard for Ed to be serious.
Yeah. But it's hard to be serious with you because you and I. You jacked me up. You're like,
I'm your cocaine.
You're my crack. I don't even have to smoke you, just around you. It's like, No, but seriously, we talk about everything. We joke about everything, and so Laurie thought that would be a really interesting thing to do a podcast. And so the way we normally talk about things and joke about things, and we decided to do a podcast based on whatever happened to come up that particular day, just like a normal conversation.
Yeah.
So this is how two really good friends who have taken off their mask, their facade, let it all hang out. We see each other. We are as naked as Adam and Eve in the garden,
Just not literally, because I don't want people to think.
I know, because someone's going to write, you know what? I can't believe they do the podcast naked. I'm like, come on, could you please, get a life? Come on. Oh my gosh, of course we're not naked.
No, we have clothes on. You mean just...
Lynn has clothes on.
Yeah, I try to not avoid it. I try to keep eye contact with Ed at all times.
And I want to make sure that she does that, so I have to tempt her. So I have my leopard clothes on.
Ew.
I have my really cool 1970s leopard clothes on, and I've got disco music in the background, and Lynn's going like, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to throw up. I'm like, no, not yet. Hold it in, come on.
So you got to save it for better time.
And so, so normally when we meet,
we just talk about what we talk about.
Yeah. And that's what happens. So here we go. Hey, Lynn, what should we talk about today?
I have no idea. Well, you said this lady talked about that we are not serious enough, so that's what we're talking about now. Mm-hmm.
That's true. I think that we should, when a listener, even if it's a new listener, when they write to us and take the time to give us a comment, I feel like we should respond.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I mean, right before I came here, I was thinking of my husband, my 3 kids, and yesterday I talked with one of my best friends in Germany, and she's about to pop because her due date was the 10th of October.
Oh my gosh, I just want to go. I want to put my finger on her stomach, just like, whoops.
But the thing is, we were like, I was only with the baby, and Jonas was getting the kids. And then I talked to her, and it was all calm and nice. And as soon as the 2 other kids joined the house, it was almost impossible to sit down and talk to her because they were all 3 kids on me all the time. If they're not on me, they were fighting, so I couldn't hear what she was saying, or she couldn't hear what I was saying. Wow. So that was crazy. And then just before I came here, I had an argument with my husband. I'm like,
See, I never argue with my husband. I don't got one.
No, you don't got one.
That's why I didn't get married to a man, because I just figure I see all the wives and they argue with their husbands. So I figure having a husband is just someone you argue with, A wife is someone you can ignore. So it's so much easier. Honey, I don't believe that. It's just for laughs. In case my wife's listening.
Not advice. It was not marriage advice.
No, of course it's not marriage advice.
Episodes about
marriage advice should be like, you should listen to your wife, you should listen to your husband, you should respect them. And then in reality, when you actually watch couples, I'm like,
you are not really doing that.
I keep warning them, like, as many times as I said this, why don't people ever listen to me?
I think they're listening, they're just not following the instructions.
Well, then they're not listening, then obviously. Oh, I heard you. It went in one ear and out the other.
But maybe everyone is autistic, because if you by what you mean by do you have to listen to me? Like, they're listening, but not necessarily following. You have to say, you got to listen and follow what I just told you.
You need to do exactly what I tell you. Repeat those words. I'm going to do exactly what you tell me.
And then you got to do it.
Wow, that's really scary. I don't know what to do in a situation like that.
No. So what did you do before you came here?
Well, today I had a quite interesting day. So people have been laughing at me all day long because I came down to the church.
Why?
And someone says, why are you coming to the church?
Which
I
church?
said, here.
Yeah, okay.
And then I said, because I came down here to rake leaves.
To what?
Rake leaves.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the big.
Because it's autumn now, so the leaves.
And so if you look in the car, my car, there's these big, gigantic bags of leaves.
Oh, for your compost.
Yeah.
For your garden.
Oh my gosh. Lynn, that's why we're friends. You get me. Everyone else is like,
for what?
You came here for what? I'm like, to rake leaves. And they're all like, wait, come here. And it was like, it's a big deal. I'm like, listen, I have an ecological garden, and I need to make leaf compost every year. No, it's actually to mix into the dirt. So it breaks down. It takes a couple of years, but so the bottom part is where our compost at. But I have to keep feeding leaves in at the top, and
but it's not enough. There's not enough. I mean, there are no trees where you have your garden.
Yeah, but here. Yeah, so here, I just walk outside the church, rake it. Yeah. I've got 2 big bags. It's done in like 20 minutes. But if I go to my Coney Lot, where I've had my garden at, then I have to go all the way to the forest, where the leaves are. I've got a rake and there's a lot of sticks in
I
there.
see.
And then like have to go through like it's not really enough
more
leaf.
work.
Yeah, it's more work. And so this is like easy. And
Why
it's maple
people were
leaves.
laughing at you?
Yeah, so people thought it was really weird.
But you told them that it's from my garden.
Yeah, but they didn't care. They just thought it was really strange. So I was
They are
here,
strange.
and then I went to the
judgmental.
seminary, and I was going to talk to some people about the service on Sunday.
I thought you were
And
talking
then-
to people too.
No.
About the leaves.
No,
That
no,
would be strange.
I wasn't. You know what? Why don't you rake leaves with me, you sinner? And
Okay,
then,
sorry. Yeah, talk about
and
it.
so then, and then Angelica asked me if I would come back, and because the youth priest here was sick, and so she asked me if I would jump in, and if I could be with them when they're going to make tacos for some of the kids. And so it's a group of kids that came over
When?
from the school today.
Oh,
And so then instead of going home, I thought, oh, wait, I can call up Lynn and see if we can make this recording for the podcast.
whoop, whoop.
And then I went to the library and started reading a book about theology, in Galatians, because that's
Which
what I
one?
do in my free time, by Paul Dunn.
No.
Oh.
What was the book about again?
Oh, so it's about the
Revelation?
Paul's theology of Galatians.
Oh, Galatians. Okay,
So
I
the
didn't
book of
get
Galatians.
which
So,
one. By the way,
so I thought it was really exciting.
I have a good. I want our home groups to be called after some books in the Bible, like Galatians and the Romans, and Thessalonians. and
That's
the
why Lynn doesn't
Corinthians.
name things.
That would
'cause
be
she's
fun.
like-
No,
No.
that would be really
I think they
fun.
should be named after mushrooms.
No,
Yeah.
like the legal or the illegal one.
So it's like, psilocybin. Ooh, look at that. Hallucinogenic
No, it would be so
mushrooms.
fun because then you
What?
could do it, announce in Sunday service like, oh, it's the Romans who are doing fika today, or it's cleaning up after fikas. Oh, next week's the Corinthians. Whoop, whoop. Yeah.
Lily, that's a little too much in the bubble. It's like, it's so Christianese.
Ah, I think
But
it's
what
fun.
about what about somebody who's new, who comes to the church?
Yeah, then
And
they
they're
learn-
like,
they-
I'm
they-
going to go to Ephesians.
Yeah, then they gotta learn the books of the Bible or
Wow.
the letters of the Bible in one go. What's the big deal?
Can we just give them numbers?
No, that's boring.
Okay, we can give them like,
But Numbers is a book in the Bible as well.
we give them the scientific names of insects.
No,
The Petra.
like Bora Bora. No,
Salmo. No. Oh, that's actually a salmon. But anyway, that's besides
what's
the
bear?
point.
Ursa.
Yeah, Ursa something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Shay.
no, but yeah,
Yeah, so anyway, so that was my day,
Ephesians.
which wasn't really as exciting as your day.
My day was not exciting.
There was. All the kids running around screaming. It was like,
That's every day.
that's true.
And then my friend said that she said, "Well, that's why you're always tired, you know." I'm like, ah,
Well, really?
yeah.
Wow.
Didn't get it.
Jeez. If I could reach to the phone, I'd slap you. No, okay.
No. It was really nice because I always thought like it's because I'm not sleeping enough. But the past 2 days, Jonas was actually home.
Wait.
Taking care of the kitties because
You
I
thought
didn't
that
feel
you
well.
were tired because you weren't sleeping enough?
Yeah.
You have 3 kids.
No, but then it turned out that, okay, it's not only the sleep deprivation, it's also because those kids are just like the sound and the constant fighting and screaming.
Yeah, your kids
I'm
are
like,
crazy.
"Ooh."
It's like a tornado. It's like these 3 little things.
That's why I was thinking, no, that's why,
Yeah.
maybe that's why teachers are burned out all the time. I mean, they do that
Exactly.
every day, single day. Oh my gosh.
I know, actually, and I'm still trying to decide if I... Well,
Did you
I
call?
called Yora. Yeah, I called Yora.
Finally. So?
And I had to write a personal letter, and I sent it to Gustav, and he hasn't corrected and sent it back to me yet.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I want to
Did
be
you
a
also
teacher.
told him that Gustav also worked there before?
No.
He could be your reference.
Now our producer calls us. Okay, well, we'll have to call him back later. But anyway, so as you see, Lynn and I just talk about stuff, and then eventually it becomes a subject for our
topic.
podcast. Somehow, I don't know how that happens, but every time we meet, we're just like, okay, well, and we check to see if people have written anything. Usually Lowry, our producer, says, oh, hey, this person said this, or this person made this comment, or hey, there's a lot of people from New Zealand this week who are watching or listening. So we're like, why was someone from New Zealand listening to us?
But we were in the chart for Ukraine, dude.
I
Several
know.
times.
Yeah.
Not
I'm trying to
only
figure out, who do we know from Ukraine?
one. We don't need to know anyone from Ukraine. But,
But they know about us.
go for it, Ukraine. You can do it.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. And so, yeah, so we want to shout out to anyone who actually takes the time to listen to us. because we figure like you must be really, really smart.
Yeah, you just like entertainment. I think also people who actually know us, like in real life, I think they also enjoy listening to our podcast.
Oh, they might. Oh, yeah, because they know who we are.
They know, and
they know how
they
crazy
can
we
see
are.
our faces when we say things. Being just a fly on the wall.
And if we had a more serious podcast, this is what we'd be talking about.
But then we would have to prepare much more.
I know. And it's just not as much fun.
But I mean, we had some guests who wanted us to be more structured. And we try to be more structured than when guests are coming. Because they want to know the questions in advance. And then obviously we would prepare questions in advance. But both of us, we have a good dynamic. We just go.
Yeah. We just go with the flow.
Let's go.
So for those of you who are new to our podcast and you're like, oh, wow, they can be really serious. Save this one. And whenever you think that we're too silly, you just go back and re-listen to this one. You're like, oh, yeah. But there's balance.
But we have a couple of ones that are quite serious. Like when serious topics like death or depression or anxiety or serious illnesses or things that happen in our lives that were really bad. Yeah. I think we are pretty serious about that.
But some people felt like body shaming, that we weren't as serious as we could have been. Whiners.
I think body shaming. I think the thing is that humor is also a mechanism of coping, like a coping mechanism.
Exactly.
You either fall for it and you get depressed and like be a victim, or you laugh it off. Or in Taylor Swift's words, shake it off.
Oh wow, Taylor Swift!
Gotta hate it.
I know, what a prophetess. Oh, well, you should have her at church. She should come and preach sometime.
Taylor Swift? I don't think she's religious.
She's probably not. That's what would make it really interesting.
I still want to have Kanye West come in.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean.
Wow.
Yeah, come in.
Yeah. Kanye. Kanye, come here and preach. Yeah.
I don't know. That's fun.
No, I don't want him to come. I mean, okay, yeah. Church would really be totally packed that Sunday. Mm-hmm. Like, I wonder.
But we would have to announce it, though. Because otherwise, how would
no.
Just saying.
But I wonder, like, so what star would it take for us to invite to church?
Beyonce.
You think so? You think so? We say, like, Beyonce's coming and she's going to be leading worship today.
No, it's the United, the Destiny's Child are going to sing worship.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yes,
yeah, because Destiny's Child, that would have been cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how much would that cost for us to get Destiny's Child to come here and just lead worship? I mean, that would be like, and then like how packed? Like, will we have to sell tickets?
Definitely, there would not be enough. No, I think it would be. I think they wouldn't count because security wouldn't. Security wouldn't work.
Yeah, well, they got security. I don't care.
Yeah, but how would you?
People come to take communion and the cars are going, excuse me, let me check you first.
Yeah.
And then you come up and say, the body cries, get your hands back.
Even the Swedish police couldn't help us.
No.
They're understaffed.
Okay, so we would have to keep it kind of like, we would have to announce it, but keep it low key. So only 500 people show up.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Like no open event on Facebook. Should be closed.
What about, someone less than Beyonce, but still would we get our 500?
Maybe then a local Swedish star.
Like the person who won Robinson 5 years ago?
I don't watch Robinson. I don't know.
You don't watch? Why don't you watch Robinson?
What about Miss Li? Swedish singer.
Really?
Yeah, she pretty...
Okay, I guess so. I guess for people
Bianca
like
Ingrosso.
Golly, please help me.
We could definitely 500 people in.
Yeah.
Zlatan?
Nah, there would just be a bunch of guys from the area who play football.
Hey, you wanted to reach out to the unreached. There you go. What's wrong with you?
It'd be too many un-Christians coming here.
Yeah, basically.
I'm like, oh my gosh, because you people... Listen. We talk about God as church.
Yeah, like, but Zlatan likes church. So
exactly.
We like church too.
Well, that'd be kind of cool. Oh my gosh, we could baptize 500 people in one day. Ooh!
So biblical. The pool will be stinky after that.
I know. Oh my gosh. Think of it like nobody bathes. All the funky people get in the water.
That's why they baptize people in running water.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
It was not like a sea.
Yeah, it wasn't like standing there and getting all like dirtier and dirtier and like, ooh, that person walked in, they're like, I'm not getting in that.
I'm like,
The water's bubbling.
I'm like, are you sure you wanted to wash me like free from sin or give me some?
Exactly. You want to just lay some extra layers of sin onto me. So yeah. So and this what happens is that you start off talking seriously, and then
Wasn't that serious from the beginning?
and then we were pretty serious. Okay, I did laugh, but besides that,
You can't help you laughing.
no, I know I can't help it because it was really funny. Because I was going to say something I shouldn't say. But I was almost ready to say it, and I was like, no, I can't say that. But it was so funny. Anyway.
You can tell me when we turn it on.
Yeah, okay. But you already know. So
Okay.
I was in the mood already before.
No, don't do that. No. We got to protect our listeners.
Yeah, exactly. Protect the innocent. And then eventually we get to a subject. And then we start recording. Mm-hmm. So all that's happened right now is the pre-recording.
Yeah, we just talk.
We just talk, and then we talk about our day, and we see how we're doing, and
then we decide on the topic, and then we try. We try
to stay on the topic.
Stay on topic. We really try, but sometimes just Ed's head is just.
My head.
Yeah, you.
I'm the quiet one. Mm-hmm. Everyone always says, "Man, Ed, you should talk more."
Yeah, exactly. So people can die. Have you had white noise in the background?
That's Ed talking. No, but it's, I mean, my mind can be easily distracted.
True.
But yours too.
Yeah, that's only since I have kids. If you listen to the earlier podcast when I only had one kid,
I
think times were better then. Or my memory was better then.
You would just think it was better then. I go back and I listen to the old ones. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's always crazy.
You always crazy.
Me? No.
So that means you're listening to our podcast?
Yeah, I go back and listen over and over again.
Really?
Because some of the episodes are so funny.
Yeah,
oh my
true.
gosh.
That's
and when I'm having a bad day, I just listen to our podcast and I started laughing. Like I started laughing at us. And I'm like...
At myself. Because I don't know what I said.
And then my wife and then she's like, who are you listening to? I'm listening to our podcast.
You're like, you listen to yourself.
So you're laughing at yourself. I'm like, but it's so funny. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting a divorce. I promise you. No one else has to deal with this. I'm like, you don't know that. My neighbor next door.
Own podcast.
I know. I think it's
like,
funny.
Especially when people ask me, I'm like, wait. What did we say?
Yeah,
I gotta go back.
I have to go back. Someone says, you said. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. I remember. I'll get back with you. And I got to go back and listen. Like, but so for the viewer who felt that we weren't serious enough, we just don't let you know all the serious stuff. And so usually by the time we're ready to record, then we're already laughing and we're like in high spirits, and then we just like cheer.
Because I think also, I don't know. I don't want people to listen to our podcast and feel down.
No, we're not. Yeah, the whole point is not to beat you in the head or something.
Let me tell you about all the things that went bad today. Oh, so depressing.
Or how bad you are. All of you who neglect your children, neglect your husband and wives.
Wow.
All of you who neglect your parents. When was the last time you visited your parent who's at the old people's home? Huh?
My parents are at home. They're not old people's home.
No, I know that, but that's why it doesn't count to you. So
that's why I can talk trash to you.
It's the people who lock their parents away.
Oh, shame.
Shame. We want to shame them. And so we have lots of shame to give out to people. Maybe we should make a series of podcasts and we just shame everybody. Every day we have a topic. Now it's time to shame the police and shame the politicians and shame the teachers.
We shame women. We shame men. We shame children. We shame the disabled. We shame everyone.
We are equal opportunity shamers. We don't care.
All of you.
All you people deserve it.
Wow. That's the best of the best.
Yeah, I know, exactly. No compassion here. No.
Then someone would say, like, well, someone could tell something bad, and then the other one would, I don't know, tell them how God can do in their lives. But then that's not sincere. Like,
I mean, if you mean it, it's sincere.
Yeah, but how often?
How often do you mean it?
Yeah. How often? Because I'm not evangelizing you, or you're not evangelizing me, and we don't have this kind of...
We should do that. We should try to evangelize each other. That would be such a cool podcast.
How?
Lynn, so I know that you don't really believe in Jesus. You better believe in Jesus now, sister. Otherwise, and you'll be like,
you should go through all the...
No, if I really want to believe in Jesus.
That's too cool. Maybe later.
No, there is no later. You could die tonight, sister.
Well, YOLO.
Okay, I can join you.
You see? That was bad. Don't do that evangelism.
Yeah, don't do that. You won't get anywhere. You'll get about as far as we got. So, you know.
You get dragged down that road too.
Yeah. So I hope this gives you a little more insight in the fact that, we, you know, in spite of all the humor and everything, we are just two normal people. You know, we have our families to take care of. We have our jobs, our careers. We have our church. I don't know. I just thought, but it sounded nice.
Okay,
you
sorry.
You just ruined my word. I worked 3 hours on that.
Wow, really? Maybe
I'm
that's
really
why
slow.
it doesn't go well with the career thing.
Well, that's why it doesn't go with the preaching thing. Like, I preach is really, he's like, ugh. But don't tell him you hurt his feelings. Let him think he's smart. Okay, wow.
Well, okay, yeah.
Yes.
We got things to take care of in our lives. And
yes.
we bring back the stories to you guys.
Yes, exactly. About our neighbors, about our friends, our family, anyone we need to shame. We're going to bring it up on
for
our
you guys
podcast.
In the open.
Yes.
For you to enjoy.
Exactly. Just so you can feel good about yourself.
So now you guys have to write in and tell us how much you enjoy us shaming others.
Yes.
Thank you.
Or just making fun of people, or just, you know, I don't know what we do. We do something.
Well, you can also send us like serious things, because we can also talk about serious things.
Yeah, we can. I mean, so every now and then people will ask us actual serious things, and then we'll talk about them, which of course we've done. So it's always a mixture and everything. But thank you. I'm really glad that even the new people have learned the lesson. Write to us. We take every comment seriously, and we will comment on every comment that we receive. Better watch it. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. And don't forget to tell your friends, your family, and your neighbors about Fika for Life. Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you have any comments or ideas, please send us a message to fikaforlife@mail.com. Fika, F-I-K-A. This was the Fika for Life podcast with Linh and Ed and Thomas, and we hope to hear you again.